Welcome to Three Mothers Day 14. And I'm going to use the same letters for both day 14 and 15 because it gives two perspectives. So today we're going to deal with Viola, my maternal grandmother, and we're going to deal with a stack of letters that I have from 1971 to 1975. So my mom got married right out of high school. And so this would have been right after Lisa, Viola's daughter, got married, up until a couple years after my sister was born. My sister is 4 years older than me, and she was born in 1973. So the first thing I learn about Viola through these letters is she is hilarious. She has this deadpan delivery of funny little stories. I have one about Scamp, the dog, that deals with Orville. And I just have to read it to you because it's hilarious. Dad said he had no Pepsi, but he's drinking 7-Up now. He dropped an ice cube just now and Scamp picked it up. When Dad went to sit on the Davenport, he sat on it. I mean, these are the type of little stories that litter all of her letters. So let me first explain that that Viola was losing her eyesight in 1971 when Lisa, her daughter, got married. And so she could still make out some things. When my sister was born in 1973, she could really only see outlines, and that was about it. And so she was still writing. Orville, her husband, made her this little wooden tablet. I don't have it anymore. It's one of those things I wish I would have kept, but I didn't. And it had these little wooden strips down it, and so then she could still write cursive on it. And so that's what she did. Other things in the letters, she talks about switching to Sanka because she can't sleep at night, and so she makes a comment that Sanka is like barely, coffee, and so that way she can sleep at night. She talks a lot about motherly stuff, like how to make certain recipes. She thanks her daughter Lisa for the carpeting. She calls it the rug, but it's the carpeting. At that point in time, Lisa worked at, I think it was Sears. It's either Sears or Montgomery Ward, and she got a discount on the carpet. And it's this pale avocado green carpet that was there for the rest of the farm's existence, essentially, until my grandpa died and my mom sold the house. She writes about what she listens to on her talk radio. She's really into talk radio. She updates Lisa on all the small town stuff. I hear about gossip. Here's an interesting tidbit in regards to gossip, and it's really rather startling, and I would love to know more. That Dennis did is an erotic mess, huh? My gosh, where was or what was his wife thinking about? After nearly 50 years, sexual relationships come across as part of nature to be kept within the bounds of good reason. But when it gets erotic, like triple X's, it ain't worth nothing. Sort of like the filthy nuts have been rolling in cow manure. Yuck. I wish I was going to be around when you're 50 and see what conclusion you kids have. So I don't know what Dennis did. I would love to know what Dennis did, but I don't know what he did. Viola was relatively conservative based on what Lisa has said, but I only have that viewpoint. I love the mother-daughter stuff that occurs in these letters, the dresses, and here's a sweet thing that I just absolutely adored. It was sent on February 12th, 1973, and Lisa would have been pregnant, and Viola sent a cute little Valentine, a homemade Valentine, and it says roses are red, violets are blue. Here's a little sugar for you two. Love, Mom and Dad. I mean, this was just, it was so thoughtful. And money was relatively tight. Viola does indicate that she sent quite a bit of money, even though they didn't have much to spare. She talks about the $47 long distance phone bill, so they need to curb the long distance calls. It would appear as though it was relatively regular. They called every Thursday night. They kind of stopped that. Where all the letters went to, I have absolutely no idea. These are priceless pieces of records that show what life was like for somebody. And we don't have these sorts of records anymore because we don't really write letters. Everything is through text. And when we're gone, what happens to those texts? I mean, no one has any access to it. So for the next time on Three Mothers, I'll give a different perspective on the letters.